Philadelphia tonight, police have issued an arrest warrant for a suspect in the killing of a journalist and social justice advocate earlier this week. Ann Thompson has late details.
Tonight, Philadelphia police are looking for this man, 19-year-old Robert Edmund Davis, wanted for the murder of journalist Josh Kruger. The 39-year-old Kruger was shot 7 times inside his home early Monday. Police say the two men knew each other.
We believe that Mr. Kruger was trying to help Mr. Davis, and they were acquaintances. He was just trying to help him just get through life.
Kruger's friend Kendall Stevens shaken by the blood on his front steps.
We're not going to let this fly. We're going to find out who did this to him. He was killed in cold blood.
Among the evidence, authorities say Davis caught on camera in the area of Kruger's home.
We have video of the incident prior to the murder.
But police declined to specify what that is.
First, I wanted to say that, yes, it is tragic that someone was shot in their home 7 times. And my condolences go out to the families of these victims. But I also wanted to cover and highlight in this video the growing trend of social activists / Democrat politicians who are downplaying crime in cities, yet later on become victims of crimes such as gun violence. Post-millennial breaking: warrant issued for suspect in murder of far-left Philly activist Josh Kruger. Davis was identified as a suspect on Tuesday, October 6, 2023. On Friday, law enforcement in Philadelphia issued an arrest warrant for 19-year-old Robert Edmund Davis, the man accused of murdering local journalist and community advocate Josh Kruger. Kruger, 39, was shot 7 times in his home on a 2300 block of Watkins Street around 1:30 a.m. Davis was identified as a suspect the following day. According to NBC 10, Davis has been described as a 5' 5" tall black male weighing 160 pounds. His last known address is around 2 blocks away from Kruger's apartment. He is believed to be armed and dangerous, and police have warned those who spot him not to get too close. A motive for the shooting has not been revealed. However, Police Commissioner Frank Vanor stated earlier this week that authorities believe Kruger and Davis knew each other. In April, a man with whom Kruger had previously had a relationship broke into his home. Vanor did not say whether Davis was a suspect in that incident. The door was locked, so he had someone obtain a copy of my keys, Kruger reportedly said, explaining that he managed to de-escalate the situation and get the man to leave. Drugs can help, but also exacerbate mental health problems, Kruger added. And here you can see the mayor of Philly sending his condolences. Following his death, tributes from local leaders and residents poured in. He cared deeply about our city and its residents, which was evident in his public service and writing, Mayor Jim Kenney said. Now here's Andy No, and he's also a journalist, and he put out on Twitter that Josh Kruger has been shot. He also said that Kruger has long downplayed gun violence in his city and publicly chastised others who spoke about it. Let's take a look at Josh Kruger's posts. As you can see here, some idiot just said you're more likely to get shot and killed than die of COVID in Philly to make some insensitive rhetoric point for his side. Folks, 4 times as many Philadelphians have died of COVID than gunshots this year. I understand math is hard, but do better. He also said, look, it's the lawless land of liberals in Philly where shootings are, dropping to levels not seen in years. Finally, he says, bro, speak for your block. Mine isn't ruined. The city isn't ruined. And just because Larry Krasner keeps winning in landslides doesn't mean Philly is a heap of cinders and ashes, no matter how much people say. Like the rest of the country, we are dealing with upticks in crime. Now here's another article from Daily Wire. Defund the police. Democrat gets violently attacked. Now demands holding criminals accountable. September 7th, 2023. Minnesota DFL party official who championed defunding the police during the George Floyd riots has since changed her position after being violently attacked this week. Shivanthi Sathanandan, the second vice chairwoman for the DFL, posted an image of her bloodied face from the attack on Tuesday, explaining that she was carjacked at her home while her children were present. 4 very young men, all carrying guns, beat me violently down to the ground in front of our kids, she wrote in a Facebook post that included a photo she took of herself. The young men held our neighbors up at gunpoint when they ran over and tried to help me, all in broad daylight. Look at my face in the picture. This is the face of a mother who just had the beaten out of her. A mother whose only thought was, let me run far enough and fight hard enough so that my kids have a chance to get away, she continued. This is the face of a mother who just listened to her 4-year-old daughter screaming nonstop, her 7-year-old son wailing for someone to come help because bad guys are murdering his mama in the backyard, her neighbor screaming in outrage, all while being beaten with guns and kicks and fists. She said that she has a broken leg, deep lacerations in her head, and bruising and cuts all over her body. And I have rage, she said. These men knew what they were doing, and I have no doubt they have done this before, yet they are still in our streets, killing mothers, giving babies psychological trauma that a lifetime of therapy cannot erase, with no hesitation and no remorse. I'm now part of the statistics. I wasn't silent when I fought these men to save my life and my babies, and I won't be silent now, she continued. We need to get illegal guns off our streets, catch these young people who are running wild, creating chaos across our city, and hold them in custody and prosecute them, period. Oh, now you want all this. Now you want all this. Not too long ago, when it was politically correct to say, defund police, but now the table has turned. Now something happened to you directly. Now you want to go ahead along with being tough on crime and, holding them accountable and prosecuting them. So it took you getting attacked. That's what you're supposed to hear now? It took you getting attacked. How about the other people who were just walking along on the street, minding their business, getting randomly attacked by strangers? How about them? How about you, since you were elected into office, how about you doing your job from the get-go and not just playing partisan politics? How about you do what you're supposed to do to protect the citizens in your streets? Look at my face. Remember me when you are thinking about supporting letting juveniles and young people out of custody to roam our streets instead of holding them accountable for their actions, she added. She then thanked law enforcement and declared, these criminals will not win. We need to take back our city, and this will not be the last you hear from me about this. Oh, really? Oh, now you want to be serious about it. Now you want to be tough on crime. Okay. Yeah. As noted by the New York Post, Sathanandan called for defunding the police back in 2020. We're going to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. Say it with me, she wrote in Say it with me. Really? Okay. Say it with me, she wrote on Facebook at the time. Dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. Okay. In a separate post, she praised the Minneapolis School Board for pulling police officers out of the schools. MPD should have no place in our children's schools, she wrote. Singing a different tune now. But it took her being attacked. Again, Democrat policies, and some of you who are listening, vote these people in. You vote these people in. You live in these cities. Most of you, I'm assuming, because probably by now you know my political leanings. You're like, oh, this is all ridiculous. Get out of the cities. But some of you vote these people in. And now these politicians are realizing, the fruits of their labor. Here it is. You voted the policies in. Here it is. And not just violence. You see migrants coming in, and now people in Chicago, they're pissed off. You see people in New York City, they're pissed off. And I'm sure other cities across the United States, because of policies these Democrat leaders put into place. But the voter votes them in. And I'm also sure that there's some shenanigans when it comes to voting going along, but that's another video. Oh, and there's another article about another Democrat being attacked. The Daily Wire. Democrat Henry Cuellar breaks silence after being carjacked by armed men. October 3rd, 2023. Representative Henry Cuellar, Democrat, broke his silence on Tuesday morning after being carjacked Monday night by armed assailants in Washington, D.C. The 68-year-old congressman was carjacked in D.C.'s upscale Navy Yard neighborhood just before 10 p.m. Eastern Time. A police alert said that law enforcement was searching for 3 black males wearing all black clothing. I was just coming into my place. 3 guys come out of nowhere and they pointed guns at me, Cuellar told reporters. I do have a black belt, but I recognize when you got 3 guns. I looked at one with a gun, another with a gun, a third one behind me. So they said they wanted my car, and I said, sure. I have a black belt, I guess. I mean, oh my gosh. Maybe the policies that you guys are pushing, they're allowing this to happen. There's another story about a CVS in DC that's virtually empty because of people coming in and out, stealing stuff. They know when deliveries are coming, so they wait, and when the deliveries they come in and the employees stock the shelf, the thieves come in, take the stuff and run out. And the security guard at the door, security doesn't do anything. What can he do? Nothing. He's just there for show. Again, Democrat policies. You got to keep calm under those situations, and then they take off. Well, sometimes they take off. Sometimes you get killed. That's the situation. And why be in that situation in the first place? There should be laws that scare would-be criminals from doing these things, but there aren't. The laws are laxed. They recover the car. They recover everything. What really got me upset was they took my sushi, but anyway, that's something else. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. And they did recover the sushi after all. This guy, I mean, do you see how lackadaisic he sounds? I mean, sushi? Are you kidding me? He's trying to be lighthearted about it, put some levity towards it. This is happening all the time in cities. All the time. And we have politicians who play it light like this guy. And you wonder why this is happening in New York, why this is happening in Chicago, why it's happening in DC, LA. Just pick a city. Pick a city that's predominantly Democrat run. Baltimore. We just had a report the other day. 5 people were shot at Morgan State University. 5 people during homecoming week. But hey, Democrat run city. Democrat run. When asked by a reporter if security should be boosted for members of Congress following the incident, Cuellar responded, I don't know. I'll leave that to the House administration. But this happened less than a mile away from the Capitol. You don't know? You don't know? You don't know? Why are you in Congress? You don't know? This is wow. At my place, you got our leader, Hakeem Jeffries, there. Catherine Clark, who lives there. A whole bunch of other members that live in that place, he continued. So I'll leave it up to the police. Wow. Let's take a look at what you had to say.
Just maybe 30 seconds. If that's okay.
30 seconds,
Can you tell us what happened and how you found out?
Yeah, I was just coming into my place. 3 guys came out of nowhere and they pointed guns at me. I do have a black belt, but I recognize when you got three guns. I looked at one with a gun, another with a gun, a third one behind me. So they said they wanted my car. I said, sure, you got to keep calm in those situations. And then they took off. They recovered the car. They recovered everything. What really got me upset was they took my sushi. But anyway, that's something else. And they did recover the sushi after all. But anyway, I do want to thank the Capitol Police, and I certainly want to thank the Metro Police. I'm a big law enforcement person. I got 3 brothers that are law enforcement, so I certainly appreciate the good work that the police did last night. Everything was recovered, my phone, my car, and everything.
3 guns pointed at you?
Yes.
How was this affecting you emotionally?
I'm good. I like I said, you got to keep calm under those situations, and you analyze the situation quickly. You look around, 1 gun, 2nd gun, maybe a 3rd one behind me. You got to stay calm. They wanted the car, sure. We tracked the car, the phone, the car, everything, and within I don't know, less than 2 hours, they got everything back.
Do you think you were a target because you're a member?
No. Look, they had masks. But you could still see that they were young. They had young folks.
You don't think they knew who you were?
No, I don't think so. These guys were 3. Yeah, you got to support. Message is very simple. You got to support law enforcement. And I've been doing that for a long time. 3 brothers are peace officers.
There should be a boost to member security.
I don't know. I would leave that to House administration. But this happened less than a mile away from the Capitol, and my place. You got our leader Hakeem there, Catherine Clark, that lives there. A whole bunch of members that live in that place. So I'll leave that up to the police. But on that.
Mr. Cuellar.
Look, the bottom line is just get out of Democrat cities if you can. Okay, just get out, because these Democrats are taking it lightly. They don't care. You know, this guy had a gun in his face. 3 men, 3 guns. And he cracks a joke about sushi. I mean, this guy is a lawmaker. This guy is in legislation. And he takes it lightly. You know, it's just amazing. Amazing. They're not tough on crime. They're not tough on crime. Now, that one woman from Minnesota, I mean, she had a light bulb just flash, okay, because she was the victim. But this guy's a victim, and he's like, oh, no, whatever. The alarm doesn't go off in his head. Just get out of Democrat cities if you can. And if not, try to encourage your neighbor to vote for someone who's tough on crime so you can live in a city that you can walk around in and feel safe in. Anyway, let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified of future videos. And until the next one, take care.